Welcome to Lesson 2 of Social Studies 9 Economics. So, for today's topic, we have the economic systems. So, today I'm going to discuss the different types of economic systems. We have three types of economic system. We have traditional, market, and command. So, in today's discussion, you will know what these economic systems are. Type of economic system which answers problems based on customs, traditions, beliefs, and norms of society. So here, in this economic system, this relies heavily on tradition and culture to choose which good and services will be produced, how these goods and services will be produced, and how these goods and services will be distributed. Uh, Economic system is the market economy. In this type of economic system, the focus are the individuals and the private sectors. So the individuals and the private sectors are the ones who make decision regarding the economic activities or the economic problems. Under market economy, we have feudalism, mercantilism, and capitalism. First, feudalism. Feudalism is an economic system which focuses on land ownership. So the measurement of power in this type of economic system is land ownership, meaning the larger your land, the more powerful you are. Let's also look into the relationship between the landlord and the vassal. So the landlord, they are also known as the feudal lord. The vassal, they are basically like army. They provide military service or security for the feudal lord. In exchange of this service, the feudal lord paid the vassal with a piece of land, which they call a fief. Next, we have mercantilism, which emerged during the 16th to 18th century. In this type of economic system, the measurement of power was the accumulation of silver and gold. So if you have more silver and gold, you are more powerful. This is when the merchants emerge. Merchants, they are the ones who sell items in exchange of gold and silver. Next, last, we have capitalism. Capitalism is still being observed up until the present time, and Philippines is actually practicing this type of economic system. So for capitalism, the ownership of factors of production is in the hands of private sectors or individuals. When we say factors of production, it means the land, capital, labor, and entrepreneur. So again, the ownership is in the hands of the private groups and individuals. Example, the company which provides electricity to household is owned by private corporation like Meralco, or the water services provided by Maynilad or Manila Waters, also private company. Another example, internet connection provided by Globe or PLDT, all owned by private corporations. So those are the different types of market economy. Next type of economic system is command economy. In command economy, the decisions are made by the government. Under command economy, we have communism, socialism, and fascism. For communism, the general concept that you have to remember is a classless society. When we say classless society, meaning there's no social stratification, no rich, no middle class, no poor. Everybody is equal. So that's the idea of communism. So in this type of economic system, private properties are not allowed. All industries, all the resources, they're owned by the government, are controlled by the government. So for instance, if your family would like to start a business, that is not allowed under communism. And individuals have to work according to their abilities, and the payment that they would receive will be based on their needs. So that's communism. Next, we have socialism. So when we say socialism, it's basically a combination of capitalism and communism. So the main industries like electricity, water, they are controlled and owned by states or by the government. And then the individuals, they can have private properties or they can have businesses, which also the government can interfere. So meaning, pwede pa rin kontrolin ng government yung mga private companies. But again, we have to remember in socialism, the basic necessities of the people are owned and controlled by the government. Again, such as the electric consumption and water facilities. And lastly, we have fascism. So fascism, resources and industries are controlled by the state under a dictator. So one thing that you have to remember about fascism is the existence of a dictator, meaning a one-man rule. It's basically similar with communism, with resources and industries controlled by the state. However, in fascism, it is controlled by a dictator. So there is one man ruler. So the battle cry of a fascist society or a society which implements fascism is the people are for the state, not the state for the people. So, meaning people are obliged to follow the laws, the rules, and regulations set by the state. The individuals cannot complain. So that's fascism. To give you a clearer picture of the comparison of capitalism, socialism, communism, and fascism, you have here a table. You have four areas of comparison: decision making, ownership, source of information, and motives. For capitalism, the decision making is centered on private or the individuals. For socialism, the decisions are done by state and private individual, so meaning combination of the two. And then for communism, it is centralized, meaning the state. And then for fascism, the decisions are made by the dictator. And who can own resources? In capitalism, private individuals can own resources. For socialism, collective, meaning both the state and private individuals. And for communism, it is solely owned by the state. And for fascism, resources are owned by the dictator. Now, source of information. For capitalism, we have the market. For socialism, we have the market and the plan. For communism, it is planned by the state. And fascism, it is also planned, but by the dictator. Lastly, we have the motives. For capitalism, the motive is, of course, to gain profit or to earn money. For socialism, material. Communism, we have social, because again, um, communism and fascism, they're not operating with the purpose of earning money, rather providing for the society. So again, this is the summary. Economic systems, we have traditional, focusing on the traditions and the cultures. And then for the market, focusing on the private groups or private individuals. And then for command, focusing on the government.